When I was a little girl, growing up in Sioux City, Iowa, my mother took me to one of those summer art programs, and at the end of the class, the teacher took her aside and said, you know, you really need to keep Vicki doing something in art because she has a lot of talent. That stuck in my brain all the way through high school, and I stayed involved in drama and speaking, not so much in applied arts. I wanted to go into art when I went into college. My father would not pay for an art education. He wanted his little girl to do something that would earn her a living. So I ended up in business. I moved to Hawaii about 35 years ago. I got married and had a son. That's when I really picked up my art career again. A friend of mine actually gave me a set of pastels. I'd never used pastels. In the past, I'd worked in watercolors, which I didn't really care for. It just wouldn't do what I wanted it to do. So the first time I picked up pastels and did a drawing, because it's more of a drawing medium, I stood back and went, wow, this is really what I want to do. I entered my first pastel drawing in a show, and the president of the Honolulu Academy of Art juried it into the show and bought the piece himself. At that point, I knew I was on the right track. As an artist, the development of my process, of course, has been the most important thing. Pastels are a very limiting medium in the fact that they're soft and chalky, so it's hard to work in large format. And I thought that if I started working with oils, that might be a good opportunity for me to go to a bigger format. When I picked up the oils, they didn't do what I wanted them to do, and I didn't know how to work with them. I began to study with Edwin Caton here in Hawaii. I'll never forget the first class I had with him. I cried because it was so different than the pastels. And I've been able to take that ability to layer color like the Impressionists did, starting out with values on my canvas first, and then building from there towards realism, but stopping anywhere that I want to along the way so I can have a very Impressionist approach and work much larger. Oils have really become my passion. When the state wants to purchase art for their permanent collection, they put out a call to artists. I was fortunate enough to be inspired by a fence line in Hawaii that was made out of old tree stumps. I painted it, submitted it, and it was purchased. To make the permanent collection for the state is the ultimate honor. With that dream in my heart that was given to me by that teacher back in Iowa, of wanting to have a career in art, being able to travel around the world the way that I have, because I have my father's walkabout spirit. He was Australian. I've learned over the last several years of lots of mistakes and experimenting what I have to do in order to convey a feeling to you. There's a quote by Degas that I love. Art is not what you see, but what you make other people see. It's not about me showing you my perspective, but rather giving you the opportunity to view a different perspective. To me, that's the ultimate, is to be able to give you the opportunity to see the world, your world, from a different perspective. I've been given a gift by God. I'm so blessed to be able to live my life as an artist and to share my art with you.